Hello ladies and gents, welcome to another old school RuneScape guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at House Arceus within Xia. We're going to be taking a look at Favour and the activities that give you the Favour, most of which is involved in the library. This is like the sort of the keystone to House Arceus, this massive library. It looks awesome, but you do spend basically the 100% from 0% in this library, and it doesn't actually take too long compared to the other houses that I've done. The first 20% is assisting customers in the library. Then you can move on to seeking dark knowledge, which can then take you to 100% relatively quickly, unless you want to mine rune essence blocks at level at 25% favour, and that's also pretty quick and AFKable, but seeking dark knowledge is the fastest way to get to 100% if you're focused on the game. However, before we get to that point, we need to assist these customers, and I'm going to show you how to do that. There are 3 different customers that you can help. There is Sam over there, the human, there is a gnome professor, and there is a weird looking wizard chick right there. And I'm currently helping the wizard woman. All you need to do is click help on either one, and they will tell you they're looking for a book, and they will name the book. After you've got the name of the book, you run to the very top floor and talk to someone that tells you where the book is. Okay, we're on the top floor. There's only 3 floors, so it's not too big of a deal. There's the ground floor, middle floor and top floor, and it's Biblia. Right now she should say middle floor, northwestern bay. So all you need to do is find the northwestern bay, which is in this direction, head down the staircase and you're in the middle floor. Okay, here we are, northwestern bay, middle floor. This place is a little bit like a maze. There's staircases sometimes don't lead straight down all floors, sometimes it's a little bit of a thing you need to do, but okay, now we need to find in a number of all these bookcases. Somewhere is the book we're looking for, and sometimes when you're searching for things you'll find other books like all these things I have here. You may as well keep them because a customer might ask for any of these books, so it's best keeping everything that you get. Now you just need to search every bookshelf, and this is definitely the most tedious part, doing the first 20%, just searching all these bookcases, because there are so many different books in so many different places. And although I think there's some sort of method to where these things spawn, there's a lot of different books and a lot of different things you will need to remember if you want to do it. So I just sort of winged it for the first 20% until you get to the 20% part, which you need to find. You need to basically do the same thing, but you only need to find one thing. You need to find dark manuscripts, and if you memorise them, it makes the process much easier. But for all these different types of books, it's very difficult to memorise, so you just sort of wing it, or at least I did. Okay, I just found it in this bookshelf here, the Windtoad Parable, and now I just need to go give it back to the chick that was asking for it, and she will reward you with 1.5% favour and a book that gives you runecrafting XP or magic XP, depends on what you want. I'm already 100% favour, so I don't get more favour obviously, but I do still get the books of knowledge in which I ask for runecrafting XP. Now you've helped that person, you can run down and help the next one. So this gnome just asked for the ideology of darkness. I have this in my inventory, so luckily I don't have to go find it again. And hey, look, I just happen to have it with me. And that's a very easy 1.5% favour, so you just need to do this over and over and over again until you have 20% favour. It's a little bit tedious because finding all the different books, like I said earlier, is a bit of a pain, but when you get 20%, it's finally time to move on to the dark manuscripts, which I find very easy. So here is the guy that deals with the dark manuscripts. He's next to the other dudes, the customers, but all he wants is dark manuscripts, no books, nothing. So all this stuff right now is pretty much worthless unless you want to talk to all the people that you can help, and they can still reward you with runecrafting XP or what, magic XP, depending on what you prefer. Anyway, you don't need to talk to this guy in order to sort of start it. You can just find out where dark manuscripts are by talking to the woman on the top floor like we did before. Have you seen any dark manuscripts? Try top floor northeastern bay. So this is where memorising things comes into play. So she says that the dark manuscript is somewhere in this library, although I don't know where exactly. It is in one of 2 locations. I haven't memorised this room, but in each different room it spawns in one of 2 places, which I find very easy to remember, and sometimes I was able to get maybe 12% favour in under a minute because I got lucky, and she always told me that they're in places which I've memorised. Okay, so I just found a dark manuscript by searching this bookshelf here, and if I were still trying to get 100% favour looking back on it now, I would probably take a note or take a screenshot and say this is one of 2 locations in the northeastern bay. So next time you speak to this woman and she tells you where the dark manuscript is and it's in this location, I will have a picture or a writing of telling me where to search, so I don't spend half an hour searching every single bookcase. Now you hand in your dark manuscript for 3% favour and more runecrafting or magic XP. That's me found my second dark manuscript in this location here. So once again, if I was going for 100%, I would take a screenshot of the map or take a Gazo or just write it down, tell me what it is, and instead of going to hand it in, I'm going to go find another one, because you can collect these things in bulk. Just keep talking to the woman upstairs, it tells you where they are, and you can collect a whole inventory of them and hand them in at the end. Now she's telling me that the next one is in the middle floor central area, and I think I remember where these things spawned from when I was doing this, so hopefully my guesses are correct. So if I remember correctly, they spawn in this corner over here or behind this staircase. So we're going to quickly search this corner here with the red sort of door, and if I get this, it sort of proves that I'm right. There we go, look, this corner here or the red door, that red door there, that is the two in this middle area. And this is what I was talking about, you know, if you memorize the areas, you get them really fast. That's 6% favour there, and it took about 2 minutes, so it is really quick to get 100%. And on my way up I ran into this woman again, so I may as well find out where the next one is before I hand them in. Top floor, southwestern bay. This is great for me because once again I believe I have both locations memorized. If my memory serves me correctly, it is either there or somewhere there. So we're going to quickly check this one. Hopefully I'm right. Hopefully I don't want to look like an idiot trying to make a guide and it doesn't work. So I didn't find it there. Okay, I'm a little bit scared, and I believe it's one of these. I don't recall which one. I think it might be this one. So I just found a dark manuscript in a place that I had never found one before. When I got my 100%, the two locations in the top floor southwestern bay were there and were on this line of shelves here. I forgot which one exactly, but I know for a fact it was there or on this line here. And it wasn't here this time. This is about a day or two later, so I was wrong, and the reason I'm leaving this in the video is to make sure you guys know that it isn't a foolproof plan. Maybe each room has 3 different locations and not 2, or maybe 4, you know, maybe a couple of rooms are different and it rotates the spawn places. So it was there, those 2 places there without fail originally, and now it's moved and it's there. So maybe there's 3, I don't know, but I'm leaving this in the video just so you guys know that maybe the information isn't 100% correct. I don't want to give you guys false information. So I just handed in the 3 different manuscripts for about 600 runecrafting XP there, and if I hadn't had 100% favour already, it would be 9% favour. It should take under 1 hour just focusing on the game, playing the game, from 20% to 100%, just finding dark manuscripts and memorising or taking pictures of the locations. Although in the last clip I was wrong as to where I memorised the last 2 locations, maybe that room had 3, and so it is definitely worth taking a screenshot of each room that you find a manuscript in, so next time you get that information you can hopefully find it instantly. So if you don't feel like spending all your time getting 100% favour inside the library, there is another option you can choose, which is mining Ruin Essence, or Dark Essence it's called. At 25% favour you can do it. To get to the Ruin Essence mine, it is a very long run. You run past this fairy ring. Actually, while we're here, may as well cover the fairy ring. You talk to this dude and you can unlock this fairy ring for 80k, so bring 80,000 gold coins, sorry, to Throssa here, and he will unlock this fairy ring for you. The code is CIS. CIS. We're going to continue running down to the Ruin Essence mine. There's also a couple of shortcuts you can take with 72 agility. You can go down this way and hop over that wall there, and you're basically instantly within the mine. However, there are a couple of other shortcuts too. So the Essence mine here is a lot more AFKable than the library. I think this is why a couple of people would want to do this over the library, especially if they're watching a movie or something. This is very AFKable. As you can see, you need to bring a chisel and you sort of chisel out the dense blocks, and it takes some time, a lot longer than regular Ruin Essence, and every 4 dense SM blocks gives you 0.1%. You talk to this woman here once you've got a full inventory and you hand it all into her and she gives you the favour. So it's AFKable. It's still pretty fast compared to other houses, but just less fast than the library. So because I can't exchange the dense essence to this woman for favour, because I already have 100% favour, I'm going to show you guys what to do with the dense essence instead. At 100% favour you can create dark rune essence, so you either get 100% AFK here, which is quite slow, or go to the library and do the dark manuscripts, which is pretty darn fast. I recommend the library over this method here, but with the essence you can create dark rune essence, and with that dark rune essence you can run to either altar. That's the soul altar there, and that is the blood altar, and you can create blood or soul runes. In the centre of the northern area of Xia there is the dark altar there at that purple star, and you just venerate the dark altar, whatever that means, and it turns your dense essence into dark essence blocks. You then chisel those dark essence blocks into dark essence fragments. Once you have venerated all of your dense essence into dark essence using the altar, then chiseling it all down into fragments, there's only one pile of fragments, and originally I panicked thinking, where the hell is everything going? You then count the dark essence fragments and it tells you there is roughly the equivalent of 108 pieces of essence in this small pile here, stacked up nicely in one slot. So now you use this essence on any altar, the blood altar or the soul altar down here or up there, and I don't have the rune crafting level. I'll show you guys the rune crafting requirement right now. I don't have it, unfortunately. 77 and 90. I only have 50 rune crafting. I can't even make law runes, so I can't show you guys making blood runes or soul runes, but that's all there is. You take these fragments to the altars and you make the runes. The very final thing I'm going to cover is something that you get a 60% favour. You get access to the Necromancy spellbook. I jumped ahead and showed you guys the Dark Essence and the Blood and Soul runes first, but before that you have access to this spellbook which lets you reanimate corpses for prayer experience. Whether or not it's the best way to get prayer experience I don't really know, but apparently you get good experience killing these things once you've reanimated them, and I've never done it before, so I'm going to go try it out and have this new experience with you guys. I forgot to mention that you cannot bank the Dark Essence fragments. It tells you that magical force prevents you from banking that item, so I think you have to make the ruins as you're doing it. Once again, I don't have the ability to make the ruins, so I don't really know the ins and outs and the fastest way to do that stuff, so I'm going to drop them because I can't do it like I said, and I don't want them taking up an inventory space. Okay, I went and got some combat gear and a bunch of ruins, and I'm ready to summon a couple of things. I'm going to summon a reanimated Tazar and a ogre, so we're going to go check out that, kill them, and hopefully get a decent amount of prayer experience. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Is it going to be a difficult thing to fight? I don't know. It's not even got a... It doesn't have a level. It doesn't have a combat level. That's kind of weird. And I've I killed it in 3 hits, and I get... How much experience? Oh, I didn't even catch it. XP gained 1,104, so 1.1k from fighting a... 1.1k prayer experience from fighting that thing. We're going to reanimate this ogre here and hopefully catch the XP drop this time. It looks pretty awesome that it's like a pink, purple type thing. It does look like a soul or something like that, and they don't have much health, so I think this might be a viable prayer training method if you have high combat and if you have a bunch of money. And did you see that XP drop there? It was quite a lot. I didn't catch it myself, but it was definitely there. I got 1% XP towards my level. I think if you get the highest thing you can possibly summon, get a full inventory of those ensouled heads or whatever they're called, buy them from the Grand Exchange from a couple of K. I think the Tazar one costs about 5k or so, 5 or 6k. If you have a full inventory of those and you get 1.1k prayer experience per drop, I think that's a very good prayer training method compared to, say, the Gilded Altar. I'll probably still do the Gilded Altar because maybe it's a little bit cheaper. I don't really know. I don't know. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't know the best experience and things. I'm just doing this to show you guys, and yeah, I think that's it over. I've covered everything, right? I think that's everything. Done the library, done the Dark Knowledge, which is the Dark Manuscripts. You just need to remember where they are, and you'll get it a lot faster. You can mine Rune Essence instead at 25% because it's very AFKable, and you can use the Necromancy Spellbook at 60%. Create Dark Essence. You can create Dark Rune Essence, turn it into fragments using a chisel. You also need a chisel to to mine the Rune Essence initially, then you can create runes out of those. That's it, I think. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this guide, hope it helped you in some way, and if it did, you should definitely leave a like and tell your parents. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time.